when people are looking to sell a company, there's generally, or there's often a difference in perspective on valuation from what the buyer thinks the business is worth versus obviously what the seller thinks the business is worth. Sometimes that leads to deals not happening, and the one most common way to bridge that gap is through what's called an earnout, where basically there's a certain amount of the purchase price typically up front, but then the rest of the purchase price, sometimes an incremental portion, sometimes a lion's share, sometimes basically all of it, is spread out over a period of years based on the company's performance in the hands of the buyer. And this is a way that that difference in opinion, sort of that valuation gap, can be bridged, is by basically, if the business does what you say it's going to do, then you're going to get the purchase price that you want. It's very important from the seller's perspective and how that's structured. It's generally viewed as something that's dangerous because people often, their expectations often are not met. It's often not what they were hoping. And so the sort of way these formulas are calculated and just what it's based on is very important, and often more important than people think. Typically for the seller, you want to really try and have it just be focused on something that's very easy to measure. Top line revenue, for example, is far preferable to something where there's a profit component. Because once you're in the hands of a buyer as part of a larger company, it's not clear which expenses are really expenses of your company. You might be asked to fly to New York for some general company business, but that hits your own company's financial statements. There's a whole host of reasons where interests suddenly aren't aligned. And so keeping it simple and really focusing on the details, focusing on the formulas, how it works, and really making sure that you're comfortable that it's something that you'll be able to hit the minimum amount that gives you what you want. So, obviously, if you're going to get a certain purchase price, ideally you get it up front. If you can't, an earnout can be a useful tool to get the purchase price that you want. You just need to work closely with your advisors and make sure that it's structured in a way that it is what you think it is.